Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Strange Marvel Theories. In this morning's video that I'm going to present is about, it's partly about the new Venom movie, Let There Be Carnage. Now, if you haven't seen the movie Venom Let There Be Carnage, there's going to be some spoilers here. So click off this video and don't watch it. Ready? Okay, that said, now, my theory is this about the subsequent movie in light of the end credit scene in the Venom Let There Be Carnage movie. Now, in the end credit scene, it shows Venom, and it shows him talking to Eddie, and he is talking about how the symbiotes are a hive mind and they have all this knowledge and different things like that. And then he tries to show Eddie what's going on, and something happens. Something goes all crazy, and then there's a television news broadcast that is connected to Spider-Man Far From Home, and it shows J. Jonah Jameson reporting on the apparent murder of Quentin Beck, aka Mysterio, by Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. And Spider-Man is revealed to be Peter Parker. Now, my thoughts on that is this, that based on okay, so based on J. Jonah Jameson's bald head, which the MCU could probably be trying to present its own version of J. Jonah Jameson, so it's separate from Sony's version. Um, but I think based on the bald head of J. Jonah Jameson and the fact that William had recorded a bunch of stuff onto a flash drive and was apparently putting it into a computer and messing around with it, I think what happened is this. William has created a false news report, and he's used his faulty drones that we see in Far From Home, and it reveals his bald head, but the rest of him looks like J. Jonah Jameson. And also another telltale sign that it might be William, who was Quentin Beck's, his illusion tech, drone tech assistant, is the green screen behind J. Jonah Jameson. Throughout the movie Far From Home, we see either William or Quentin Beck by a green screen, or a computer screen, or a television screen. The background's green and animated. So I think that's another telltale sign that it might be a fake news report and a faked J. Jonah Jameson. And that said, now that Eddie and Venom have seen the news report, I think what they're going to do is they're going to take an interest, because Eddie's a journalist and will want to get the truth about the murders, and he might want to try to apprehend Peter slash Spider-Man with the help of Venom and get the story, being a field journalist. Now, what I think will probably happen is this. Since Venom was like, he says that guy, and he licks the screen. I think it goes back to the Spider-Man Venom symbiote comic book story arc, and then Spider-Man 3 in the Sam Raimi universe. Um, I think what Venom is doing is he's realizing that this Spider-Man slash Peter Parker character is a prime candidate to be a host for the symbiotes, or himself as a symbiote, um, in rather than being inside Eddie and then eating people, to give himself sustenance. I think Venom is very interested in Peter's body because he sees him as a superhero, obviously, So he's superhuman. So a superhuman wouldn't wouldn't wither and die almost immediately and break down, and then Venom would have to find another host. I think maybe Venom will decide to try to, as a story arc, try to um, inhabit Peter Parker's superhuman body, and that way he can feed off him without Peter Parker withering away and dying. Is what I think will happen. And then what I think will also happen is Venom will realize through his abilities and through sensing Peter's mind and emotions and things like that, that he's basically almost like a lie detector. He did that in the first Venom movie. He knew when people were lying. And I think that Venom's gonna figure out and let Eddie know that, uh, or Eddie will also know through Venom that Peter Parker did not kill Quentin Beck, and then they will become partners, or they'll build a friendship, and they'll try to figure things out through there. Um, but what I think is also that the multiverse is colliding with these different franchises, and that was their way, um, with Venom trying to connect with the hive mind. I think that um, what's been going on in the other MCU movies and TV shows with the multiverse happening, I think Venom has connected with the multiverse, and I think that through that, like people are saying that Peter Parker's world and Venom's worlds collided and they connected, and this is going to be a plot device for the MCU to connect all these worlds, and then when the dust settles, everything will hash itself out. Is what will happen. The whole MCU will hash itself out, and they'll be all connected into one quote unquote family where everybody's connected, and then they can just move on, you know, from what they have done to try to connect these universes. Um, and moving on from Peter Parker and Venom uh, not going to war, not fighting each other, or Peter not going to jail. I think also possibly maybe Nick Fury's going to end up maybe trying to enlist the Skrulls to try to pretend to be other Spider-Men, Peter Parkers, um, and not the MCU Tom Holland Peter Parker. I think what Nick is going to try to do is trying to get the Skrulls to act as other Peter Parker slash Spider-Man to cast doubt and confuse the public, to try to, get them to doubt that this MCU Tom Holland Peter Parker Spider-Man killed Quentin Beck. And I think that he wants to make sure that the public just gives up because of the confusion and things like that. And what will happen is they will insert Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire as the other Spider-Men, possibly, um, who are Skrulls pretending to be other Spider-Men. But also, they could, because of the multiverse, maybe the multiverse is going in and out, and we'll see scenes of the other Spider-Man, aka Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. There'll be scenes and Easter eggs from the other movies, and it will connect the universes. And then Toby, Toby's Spider-Man and Andrew's Spider-Man will discover Peter, and they'll all talk and they'll hash things out, and they'll teach our MCU timeline, our realities, Tom Holland's Spider-Man slash Peter Parker. They'll teach him some things, and then his character will grow and then end up moving on from there. And with that said, I'm going to sign off. And once again, if you like this video and like my channel, yeah, please watch my other videos, my other theories. And like I said, if you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you all later.